If you're a construction worker, it probably would not help your branding to show up in a minivan. So probably a pickup truck would be the best option. Cars and SUVs do work, but I would say your customer base is gonna think more highly of you if you show up in a pickup, most likely. But the key thing is it looks decent. Keep a clean cab. Not a lot of debris or garbage anywhere. Nothing on the dash. You don't want anything on your dash. Keep it clean. When they see your vehicle, that is a direct representation of you and your company and how you go about business. So be very, very particular about how people see you when you show up. I wanted to show you some of the stuff that you should bring on your bid. First thing is probably like a small tape measure that you can use. This is 100 foot. It's really easy to use. It's got a little clip. You can just pull it out and you can wind it back up. This is a great little tool to bring on your bid if you need to measure something that this next tool wouldn't be the most ideal for. This right here is a measuring stick, but it's a wheel measuring stick, right? So you reset it with this button and you walk and it tells you how many feet and inches you measured. Great tool to bring on a bid with you. Next thing you want to bring, probably a hard hat to look official. You're going to want to bring your phone with you so you can take notes, write down dimensions, calculate costs. You want a vehicle with some sort of badging. You should have a reliable vehicle. When traveling to a bid. Your customer's probably anticipating your arrival. You want to show up with something that doesn't necessarily have to be fancy, but it has to look reliable. I always try and wear some sort of uniform, something with some sort of badging on it. If you arrive in an unmarked vehicle, if you show up with unmarked clothing, or any just regular Joe Schmo clothing, they're not going to consider you professional. So take the time, get a hat embroidered, get a shirt embroidered or something. It's not that much. You do not have to buy new clothes and get it embroidered. You can use your old clothes and get that embroidered. I don't know how many times I've taken a coat that I've owned for 10 years and got it embroidered, because it's something that I love wearing and it's comfortable to me. And it just shows, professionalism. Communicate with your customer. If you have road delays, it is very wise to let your customers know that you might be late. I'm on my way to a job site. I just sent them a text message. Hey, I'm on the way to your job site to take a peek, to give you that estimate you requested. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll get the estimate to you as soon as possible. Keep it simple. Just communicate. Importance of communicating. Safety first, okay? There's a reason these buildings are being demolished, okay? And usually it is because of perhaps maybe the roof has failed, or the floor has failed due to the roof failing, or the structure is just very old. There are several reasons for being demolished. With this particular building, it is because it is falling apart. Right, so safety is our number one concern while we're doing this bid. We definitely want to make sure that we are being as safe as possible, and making sure the homeowner is safe as well, because they may not be aware of the risks of assessing a building such as this in its current condition. So be aware of the safety concerns, guys. It's very important that you wear boots. Wear boots with good thick soles. You do not want to be stepping on a nail, or if, you know, God forbid you step through a floor, you want your legs to be protected, you know, and thick jeans and boots are very important. So definitely always remember safety. This tool will come in handy while we are doing this bid, because it's a measuring wheel, and we can reset it just by pressing this button, and this will allow us to get the dimensions of the building from the outside without having to go on the inside. It'll be a lot safer. So I'm gonna get the dimensions. Okay, so our first measurement, 40 feet. So then we're gonna clear that. We'll mark that down on our phone, and then we'll do the next dimension. So we're looking at 29 feet, guys. We're gonna round this up to 30. So basically this is a 40 by 30 building. Now, one of the most important things to realize about these buildings that we're demolishing is a lot of them are connected to utilities, right? I don't know if you can see it, but here's a pipe coming down from this building. There are county regulations and safety codes that we have to abide by when doing these demolitions. And in order to get going, we have to make sure all of them are disconnected properly and according to the county regulations, right? This building has no connected utilities. This particular pipe right here is actually just a drain pipe for a sink that they had just kind of just laying on the ground. I'll show you that right now. So one of the first things I always do when doing my demolition is I try and cave the roof in, and then I push the walls in onto the floor. Try and leave the floor intact, because that leaves you a good base to basically keep all the debris on the base, and at that same time it gives you a nice platform to crunch all of the stuff up so you can fit the most amount of volume of stuff in the dump trucks or the dump box and all that jazz. Well, guys, this is what it looks like when you have a clean demolition. As you can see, we kept everything on top of the floor. Pretty simple. So the main thing about when you're doing demolitions is you want to try and keep everything on the floor. It just makes everything so much cleaner. And then you start loading out, and then once you're done loading out everything, then you take the floor and toss that in the truck, and that'll just give you so much more of a clean demolition.